All right, everyone. Today we've got something really exciting. We are unboxing a brand new piece of tech that's been making a lot of noise, MatsushibaDB. Now, the promises are huge, right? We're talking enterprise-level performance, security, and scalability. So the big question is, does what's inside the box actually live up to all that hype? Let's find out. Let's dive in. But hold on, before we tear into this, let's just take a step back. Why should you even care about another database? Well, if you're a developer, you know the feeling. You hit that wall, your database just can't keep up. It becomes the bottleneck. We're talking slow queries, scary security holes, or just the nightmare of trying to scale. The very foundation of your app is holding you back. And that's exactly the problem MatsushibaDB claims it can solve. All right, so what's in the box? Let's get our first proper look at this thing. This is supposed to be the next generation of databases, so let's see what that actually means. Okay, so what exactly is MatsushibaDB version 1.0.9? Well, on the surface, it's a SQL database, something we're all familiar with. But the key thing here is that it's not just another clone. It's been engineered from scratch, from the ground up, specifically to handle the craziness of modern apps. And it all comes down to those three big promises: enterprise-grade performance, top-notch security, and massive scalability. And you bet we're going to dig into all three. And you got to look at who's behind this. It's the Matsushiba Systems Foundation. Their whole philosophy is, get this, team over code. I find that really interesting. It's not just about the tech, it's about the people building it. It kind of feels like they're building something to last, like an oak tree, a strong, community-driven project. And that right there is a pretty good sign that this thing is going to be around for a while. All right, first look. Let's lift the lid and see the core features. This is where we find out what really makes MatsushibaDB so powerful. First up, and this is huge, let's talk security. They are not messing around here. We've got AES 256 CBC encryption for your data when it's just sitting there. That's like military-grade stuff. Then there's JWT-based authentication, JSON Web Tokens, which is a super modern way to handle logins securely. And on top of that, role-based access control, or RBAC, so you can decide exactly who gets to do what. The big takeaway here, security isn't an afterthought. It's baked right into the core, not just bolted on at the end. Okay, let's talk speed, high performance. This thing is built to handle a ton of write operations happening all at once. It's got some really smart query optimization and caching going on, but what I want to point out is the write-ahead logging, or WAL. Basically, it writes down what it's about to do before it actually does it. So if the system crashes, no data is lost. It's a classic technique for data integrity, but they've apparently cracked the code on making it super fast so it doesn't slow things down. Combine that with native multi-threading, and you've got a recipe for some serious speed. And the third pillar, seamless scalability. This is where it gets really cool. MatsushibaDB is built on a distributed architecture. Now, what does that mean for you? It means horizontal scaling. So instead of having to buy one gigantic, crazy expensive server, that's vertical scaling, you can just add more cheap, regular servers to your cluster as you grow. It's like building with Legos instead of trying to carve a bigger statue. And with built-in clustering, replication, and even auto-scaling for those sudden traffic spikes, yeah, it's designed to grow with you, no sweat. Okay, the features sound amazing on paper, right? But talk is cheap. Let's unleash the power. It's time to put these claims to the test and look at the actual performance numbers. Let's see what this thing can do. First up, get ready for this. Over 10,000 queries per second. That is a lot. Think about what that means. For a super busy e-commerce site or an API getting hammered with requests, this thing won't even break a sweat. Okay, you thought that was good? How about this? Over 1 million operations per second. And operations here means the whole shebang: reads, writes, updates, everything. A number like that tells you this system is built for the most demanding jobs out there, like real-time analytics or massive logging systems. And this next one, this is what your users will feel. Less than 1 millisecond response time for cached queries. That's basically instant. It's the difference between an app that feels snappy and responsive and one that feels sluggish. This is absolutely crucial for a great user experience. And to top it all off, a 99.9% guaranteed uptime. Now, yeah, you see this number thrown around a lot, but what it really means is that all that incredible speed and power is built on a rock-solid foundation. It's not just fast, it's reliable. Okay, so the numbers are insane. The performance is there. But let's be real, a powerful tool that's a nightmare to use is, well, useless. So what's the developer experience like? Let's check out the setup and day-to-day use. Right out of the box, you can tell this was built for developers. They've got you covered with SDK libraries for all the popular languages. The documentation is actually comprehensive. And get this, an interactive API explorer to make testing a breeze. Plus, of course, a powerful command line tool for all the admin stuff. It's the whole package. And how about getting started? Check this out. Installation in seconds. You open your terminal, you run one command, npm install MatsushibaDB, and that's it, you're building. No more wrestling with complicated config files for hours. That kind of frictionless setup, that is a game changer. And they know we don't all live in the same world. It's available everywhere you are. Are you a Node.js dev? There's an npm package for you. A Pythonista? Grab the PyPI package with async support. Working in DevOps? Of course, there's a Docker container ready for production. They've really thought about how different teams work. Okay, we've seen the features, we've seen the jaw-dropping performance numbers, and we've seen how easy it is to use. So, is this the ultimate database upgrade? Let's boil it all down and see why this might be the right choice for the future. And look at who this is for. It's pretty much for everyone. It's not some niche tool for one specific job. We're talking web apps, big enterprise systems, heavy-duty data analytics, even IoT and embedded devices. This thing is designed to be a flexible powerhouse, no matter what you're building. Let's just put it side by side with the old guard, with those legacy databases. The difference is night and day, isn't it? On one side, you have complex setups, performance bottlenecks, and security that feels like an afterthought. On the other, you have MatsushibaDB, developer-friendly, high-throughput, secure by design, and super scalable and flexible. It's a clear answer to all those old frustrations. And that's really the crucial point, isn't it? This is the whole idea. MatsushibaDB is all about combining that raw, enterprise-level power with a modern, developer-first experience. You no longer have to choose between a database that's powerful and one that's a joy to work with. You get both. So, that brings us right back to where we started. The big question for you is, are you ready to unbox your application's true potential? If you feel like you're being held back, maybe this is the key. If you want to check it out for yourself, and I think you should, head over to db.matsushiba.co. From everything we've seen today, MatsushibaDB is definitely a serious player. It's got the power, but more importantly, it has that modern developer-first focus. Thanks for joining me for this unboxing.